All right, you guys, hold up. Do not click away. Your episode is coming right after this, but I just thought I would bring you guys a quick announcement. Head on over to roadsandtraveled.com because we just got in our brand new Roads Untraveled snapback hats, freshly embroidered, hot off the press, nice dark gray with our full Roads Untraveled logo. They are made in these nice flex fit hats, super comfortable. Honestly, I wear snapbacks quite a bit. But yeah, hit the link down in the description below. That'll take you to our website, roadsandtraveled.com, for our brand new store. We've got a bunch of new stuff coming. But for now, if you want to help support the show, definitely pick yourself up a Roads Untraveled hat. Go check it out, and hope you guys enjoy today's episode. Datsun 510, people. As you can see, it's definitely not a stock car. This has been through a whole host of upgrades. Pretty much everything is modified in this car, but the best part is it stayed true to Datsun, basically. The engine is from a Datsun. A lot of the components are from a Datsun. Fully stripped out, track-ready car. It's got a full cage, obviously. No power steering. Sticky tires all the way around, and it looks fantastic. So we're gonna take it for a drive. I'm super stoked that we're finally able to drive, get into some older cars, right? Especially older Japanese cars. The seat is not adjustable, but the best part about this car is the pedals are really good. They're in really good positions, right? So the clutch throw, you guys can't hear me at all when I'm when I'm on the gas, but the clutch throw is extremely short. Gas pedal super short, floor hinge, and the brake pedal is extremely short too. So even though my arms aren't in the completely, perfect ideal position right now, very easy to drive, really easy to rev match. The engine revs up really quickly, so it's pretty easy to match your revs and stuff. It's got a big tack right in front here with a super incredibly bright shift light. So when you're really romping on it, you basically can just hear the engine, and right when you see the light, the last second, you can shift. Basically, it's set up so shift light comes on right around peak power or so, and so you can get the most out of this. It's running about 180 horsepower at the wheels, NA, obviously, ITBs. Doesn't sound like a lot, right? It's 2.3 liter, but this car weighs 2,100 pounds. I thought my MR2 was light at 2,800 pounds. Light by modern standards, yes, but this is light by any standards. This is just an awesome car, right? And you can feel that when you shut the doors, and when you're taking corners and stuff, especially with these grippy tires. You kind of dive into a corner and there's no understeer. You just, at first, the first corner I kind of took, you start diving into it, and then you input more steering and more steering and more steering. And because there's not power steering, right, it's very much like it's heavy and you feel like you're about to get understeer, but it just keeps gripping, so.
Hi, my name's Norman, and this is my '69 Datsun 510. When I got the car, it was dead stock. Had the L16 with a 4-speed behind it with a couple of holes in the bell housing, and was really tired. A lot of fun though. Everything else was stock. Well, the purpose of it was I wanted something to go fast on a track with. It hasn't really been on the track yet, but those days are coming. It's had everything touched underneath. It's got a 2.3 LZ Franken motor, V912 head, rev to whatever you want pretty well. Redline's a 7,500 right now because it's the best balance for it. Makes 180 at the wheels. I put in everything myself, all the adjustable suspension, all that stuff. Andy at Specialty Engineering built my motor, put it in, and adjusted all the suspension and set it up. He builds a monster, so I'm quite happy with it. Biggest single change is just the tires. It's unbelievable what difference a tire will make. I had 200 treadwear and Tenza TK 615s on there before, and I couldn't stand them. They wouldn't stand underneath the car. But these, it's fantastic. Without me in the driver's seat, it's 2168. With me in the driver's seat, it's 2368. Andy from Specialty Engineering did a corner balance and alignment on it. He balanced it perfectly 50-50 corner to corner, front to back, and front rear balance is 52-48. So with me in the driver's seat, it's perfectly balanced side to side, which means when you chuck it into a corner, it just, no matter which way you turn, it feels the exact same.
Wow, that brake pedal feels really awesome. Yeah, it feels really solid, holy crap. Okay, I mean, I'm having trouble finding words to say. I'm trying to get a feel for the car, and like, flips really easy. The noise is just unbelievable. The noise is, you're hearing rocks like spew up underneath the car. Really nice intake sound when you come off the throttle. You just get a constant stream of cracks and stuff. Unburned fuel obviously coming out the exhaust. Traditionally, I'm not really usually a fan of cars without power steering, and that sounds really stupid to say, I know. But when I get into a well-sorted car that doesn't have, you know, really bad understeering tendencies, then it feels great. It really does feel great. There's nothing comes close to it really. And you actually feel like you're putting into work, right? And I mean, you get into a brand new car like a 2015 or a 2016 model in a car that like you can literally just steer like that, right? Around pretty much any corner, but this is not like this. This takes some concentration to drive, without a doubt. You know, 180 horsepower has never felt so quick. And just the response of the engine, it just feels really organic. It's super high revving. Anything below 4,000, there's like, I mean, still enough power to get around obviously, but above 4,000 RPM, the engine just screams and it just howls. It's really something else, really something else. Yeah, this is a full-on race car. This is, I mean, the stickiest of sticky tires. I honestly, this is probably one of the quickest cars I've ever driven on this road in terms of cornering speed. Really good shifter feel. And all these components work perfectly with this car. I mean, there are components on 70s cars, 80s cars in this build here, and it feels like it was meant to be here. It all feels really natural. The power's not overpowering the chassis whatsoever. If anything, you know, you run out of power before you're going to run out of grip in this car. That's absolutely for sure. Honestly, other than the noise, you guys, it's not particularly difficult to drive.
Every little bump, I feel every little marker in the road. If I turn the wheel, it goes. I don't have to worry about turning the wheel and understeering into the bushes. You hit the throttle, it stands up and goes. You hit the brakes, it stands on its nose. And it's pretty well perfectly balanced in my opinion. I couldn't ask for anything better right now. Interior is totally stripped out. 2 OMP ARS seats put in. I swapped out the 4-speed for a 5-speed from a 280Z, and then I went to the ZX 5-speed for the higher overdrive and closer ratios. There's big 4.5-inch tack in the middle, right where you can see it, big shift light, because I had a 2.5-inch tack in there and I could never see what the needle was doing. It was just sweeping along, and you'd have to shift by sound. So everything else in the interior has been stripped out. No sound deadening, no nothing. Just the basics. I don't need anything else. It's hot as hell, but just drive with the windows open. Yeah, I put a brake balance adjuster in it. As the tires warm up, you need to pull your balance to the rear, and especially with tires like this that are 50 tread wear, as they get hot, they stick more. And so you don't get front end lock up first, you just start adjusting it backwards. You get way harder braking. With the brake pads that are on here, it stops on a dime, so it'll eat through 2 rotors before I go through these set of brake pads.
It's really fantastic. That's what you want with a track car. Something you can beat on, and you know you're not going to get brake fade because the car's really light. You're not going to get overheating or stuff. It's got plenty of airflow. There's an intake coming through right beside the headlight, as you would on a race car. Really fantastic. Lots of exhaust cracks there. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I probably wasn't even close to the limit of the grip. The tires aren't even at their full operating temperature right now because we're kind of stopping going, but my God. All right, you guys, that's a quick taste of this Datsun 510. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This was probably one of my favorite cars I've ever driven, to be honest. We need to get some more old classic cars like this. Stuff that's built specifically for driving hard, driving fast, and basically just being beat on all the time. You know, classic NA. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit us up on Facebook. We'll see you next time.